go for real YouTubers make a tier list about the new Paradox Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. Okay. Okay. So this is our Scarlet and Violet tier list. Ignore this side. I just don't know what to do. So today we're going to be talking about which Scarlet and Violet Pokemon are going to be most competitively viable. So So, one of these, as I said, we're going to Paradox Pokemon. And I'm going to be ranking it. They're different. Because we're doing it. I don't want to sit down. I hope I can't sit down. Ads are. So we're gonna rank them. The worst is in PU. Now, the first tier list, this tier list on the left, this one will be the player viability of. It seems to me that I forgot that there's 14 Pokemon. That's what it seems like to me. So I kind of have to add some. So I'm just gonna name these the U tier 1, 2. I'm not gonna do this. The setup time is gonna be a little long. I don't plan to. That is. Now we're just gonna. Let me just black that. Alright, and okay, perfect. Let's start with the coolness tier list. The least cool Pokemon, in my opinion, is unluckily gotta be Screamtail. Screamtail, a I already don't like Jigglypuff, as y'all know it, but this is disgusting. This is not any better than Jigglypuff. Tail is just not a great idea. Personally, I don't like this Pokemon. See right here, the full right. It's just not my thing. The tail is not really a tail. It's more like ugly hair, and there's random whiskers for no reason. The color is okay. The eyes, I like the eyes. I don't like pink very much as a color. It's just the 3D sprite looks bland. It's alright. The next Pokemon on the list, it's gonna be Fluttermane's design is a. Oh, sorry, Fluttermane. Actually, kind of Fluttermane's decent. What's not decent though is my voice. Volcarona is just not fit to be on 4 legs. Volcarona is just not fit to be on the ground. And wings turning into spikes is a very cool idea, I must admit. Luckily, the fact that the body is so small makes it feel more like a weaker bug than an intimidating, flaming, fiery dancing sun god, that Volcarona is, morally known to be. So, gonna have to be put. Uh, Now in 12th place is our Fluttermane. Fluttermane is definitely a lot better than the Streavis. Right? That sprite looks like this. It's a pretty decent sprite, but I like the 3D model. Actually, I'll show you Slitterwing's sprite as well. This. Now, I like the 3D version more. It gives more. It's not. It's okay. Like the vibrantness and the colors is still fine, but you really get to feel that it's there instead of kind of being the 2D screen that shoots pink at the opponents or above the purple if you're using Shadow Ball. Now, I like the main kind of actually going out and, fluttering around. It's kind of in the name. Getting bigger is really important, as was previous before, is just so small. It's so tiny. It's so unintimidating. It's maybe just more big. It's like a witch, more like that. So it's giving me more of this mage's vibe. Enjoy. This Pokemon looks like it can stand on its own instead of needing mages to back it up. So yeah, personally, I like it. Decent on. Next up is going to be our first Iron one. It's going to be Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle, 11th place, not great. Santa Claus, great idea overall for Delibird, but it made Delibird more smooth. If you look at Delibird sprite, it's kind of flaily. It's kind of looks like actual Santa Claus, which is just not just loose, right? It's kind of it's kind of there, but it's not really going to threaten you that much, right? It doesn't look like a Pokemon. It looks like a funny bird that you see in a parody video. But Iron Bundle actually seems like a robot built, ready to do some damage. The beard shortening is very important to make it not as loose. It makes it more tight. And the bag getting bigger, important as well. And the blue coloring represents the cold water that's about to blast at you. Salt water, as you can see the white dots, picked up from the Arctic Ocean. And yeah, this looks like an more intimidating Delibird. Unluckily, it's based off Delibird, so it can't be. Next up is Sandy Shocks. Sandy Shocks is a lot more cool in 3D, and its sprite looks absolute garbage. Sandy Shocks is sprite that is ugly. This very smooth. The steel looks very real, and those long magnets down there are its legs, I guess. And the rust, that's not rust, the metallic stuff on its magnets really gives it the sand vibe in the Sandy Shocks. Luckily, I don't like that. The black just doesn't look good. Okay, I don't like it. It feels like a dusty magneton. Like it needs to upgrade, which is unlucky because the design is actually pretty good. I like it, but it just doesn't. Next up is number 9. Trying to get decent. On are getting decent. Good. Go for Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet. I really like those green spikes. Those green spikes are really what really shoots Brute Bonnet up. Look at that. Intimidating as crap. And the spike on the mushroom top head is really also giving an intimidating vibe, and it's more sharp glare instead of Amungus's I want to go to sleep levels of glare. It is a much big improvement. Like this is what Amungus should be, but unluckily they made it. That is not only extremely annoying, but also just ugly and not fun. So yeah, this is a really big improvement. However, the mons that are in front of it are actually just class. So I think it's the gatekeeper between good mons and not so good. Next up is very close. All these mons are very cool. However, there's one that stands to be not as cool, and it's going to be our ZU, true ZU mon, Iron Jugulus. In the 8th position, it's a really solid spot to be in. It's just kind of Hydreigon but metallic, but it's although it's like bigger than Hydreigon, you'll see bigger than Hydreigon. Uh, but Hydreigon more compact, as Jugulus is more loose. I don't like the compactness, as Hydreigon really gives the vibes that these three heads are working together to blast their enemies, right? They're blasting. But this seems like less, not even Dodrio. Because Dodrio, you feel like the heads are doing their own thing, doing their own damage. But since there's a big head here and two small heads here, it kind of feels like it's just some random move. It feels sluggish, which I don't like. The larger body normally is great. Unless you're gonna be like flying, then you kind of look sluggish. And if you're flying, and don't make it look like you're really bashing people. Like if you're a long range flyer that looks slow and heavy, you're not gonna be a good long range flyer. Now we get to the good stuff, the rainbow tier, right? Star of the Rainbow kind of started at number 9, but the real rainbow tier starts now. And at our PU position, this is very, very tough, but it's still considerably clear. Iron Moth, very cool design. I like it more than Volcarona. Now, Volcarona, as you can see, is more compact, with the wings sticking to it, unlike Iron Moth's more flail out vibe, right? But this time, it actually makes a cool design, spreading out, and same thing like that. The flames are really coming at you from a bigger and more diverse direction, uh, compared to Jugulus's loose cannon. Loose cannon means that like the cannon has some screws loose. Like the two small heads are kind of flailing around instead of being a part of the body. While these still feel controlled by the middle bug, uh, as they are still very close, like you can see that, and it's futuristic, so it gives that vibe. And it's like the futuristicness isn't like connected by a wire; it's like literally floating. Gives it better on fire. However, I don't like the Corona as much as the other mons down here, so it has to put down at 7th position. However, that is still a very great position. These three are good. These not so good. And this is okay. Now we get to the great. We have Iron Valent, Foreign Moon, Iron Treads, Iron Thorns, Iron Hands, and Iron. Very close. Like these 6 are all fantastic. But I think I have to give next position close. Might change it. Give it to Iron. And I feel like the biggest reason for Iron Threads going below the next guy is because of its legs. Those legs are stubby as. Like, if you check those legs out, that iron, those are stubby. Like if you check out Donphan's legs, those are like tough. Those are more tough packed legs, right? And you check out Great Tusk's. That's like Mammoth levels of stomping power. This is a leg, like you run and rock with this. Okay, this is a solid leg. This leg can stomps as well, so gives impact. Each step you're creating sound. This is stubby. This is what ninjas use to tiptoe around. This does not fit the giant body of iron treads, right? And look at that. But the good part about iron, oh, awesome. The face just didn't fit. It's okay now. Like, it's okay, but they could have made it better. It's great. The forms, the treads, iron treads are not great, but Tusk is actually good. It's acceptable. Not as it's just about as good as normal non-fan tusks, which is decent. I like it. It's good. Um, but what really puts iron treads up here is that god dang nose trunk. It's the trunk. That trunk is a laser trunk. That's cool. Red and black. Smooth, bro. It's class. Super class. It also looks really nice. So I'm gonna put it in the NU position, also known as number 6. Top 5 on coolness. I don't know if I can do top coolness and competitive rival. I think I have to do coolness first. Fine. We're gonna start off the top 5 with someone that I personally think is probably one of the best competitively. Probably, I think it's good, great. Really, love the base one of this Pokemon. But yeah, it's just so close that I had to put it down here. That being Iron Hands. I love Iron Hands. Super great design. It's Hariyama, but steel. It's hard to explain what makes it good. But I'll give you the show off. Really demonstrate the difference between Hariyama and Iron Hands. So Iron Hands and Hariyama. Now their build is the same. However, Hariyama has this side going around it. It's just a bit confusing. No, not confusing. I get why it's there, but no, it's beefy. It kind of fits the build, but it's like you could have mixed it better. Uh, it's still fun. Like I don't care about it. And Trudge fits it in perfectly. Just puts it right on the shoulder, right on the legs, and it feels like padding. Hariyama's biggest problem is those fives. Those fives are way too thick. But you got some thick fives. Your fives are thicker than Kylie Jenner. Those those are some no too much. Okay, put it down a little bit. I know you got thick fat, but come on. This is the perfect level of five. Even when the five looks like it's too much, Iron Hands plays really well with its animation to think that those fives are there for bulk weakness instead of I forgot, like I don't. Instead of I ate a lot of food and somehow it went all to my legs. It doesn't. This looks unnatural. That's a bit weird. This is fine. And of course, steel build. Um, hands look better as well. I like that. Iron hands improve the hands. Like they look more natural. Colors look better, and the steel looks perfect. Only problem, well, not perfect. It's actually one of the worst looking steels in the game. Shiny Shocks look great. Iron Shards look great. Iron Thorns looks really good. Iron Bundle looks great. But Iron Hands looks good. Good, but it's not bad. That really helps with the visuals. Most steel Pokemon look great. This only being good is a little disappointing, but that's about its only flaw. Uh, this is so hard. But I think at this point it gets a little more obvious. It's everybody, this is probably not probably a little bit shocked if you guys know me, but it's going to be Iron. Why do I say Iron? It's gonna be Great Tusk. Great Tusk, 4th place, really cool. I think I already showed you before, but I'm again, just because I like that. This after Donphan's tusk. This long, pretty long, pretty average for a tusk for a Pokemon this size. Great Tusk's tusks are actually great. Those things look back. That's how long they are. If they went forward, that would be too big. It would be unnatural. You saw that. So they made them crook back. Now this doesn't decrease its intimidatingness, although upon offense, you're not gonna be slashing into them anymore. Unlike Donphan, you're only gonna be bashing into them. The thing about Great Tusk is that I think it doesn't care either way. Because bash is gonna be rolling. When you're rolling, you can actually slash people with those tusks, slashing into them as you roll forward. So you bash and slash at the same time. Spikes on your trunk. Built like a tank. It's just tough. Like this thing is built to bash into people, and it does really well. It looks like it does really well at that. Donphan, like rolling into people, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Really a lot of damage. Great Tusk rolling into you, you will become pancake. Not just normal pancake. You will become pancake that got rolled over by a spiked truck. Not fun. Not fun to deal with. No, memorize here. Um, well, top three. This is social. But hey, sad rivals. Everyone sad rival. He gets to know it before it drops. W. Ranking. Noted. Alright, let's continue before I get to drag off. But I gotta give it to Roaring Moon. I know Scarlet Vance. This is your champion, but yeah, Roaring Moon. Let's talk about Roaring Moon. And Salamence, Roaring Moon. Okay, the sprite. It looks like Salamence wins, but let's. Uh, oh no, it's just. Wait, Salamence. Sprite versus Sprite. Ah, it still doesn't fit. Let's just do this. Mence versus Mence. Mence versus Mence. Mence in the Roaring Moon form. Alright, Roaring Moon form. Is ground based, right? It can crawl on the ground, slashing like a tiger, right? Still has a crescent moon, intimidating people from the front, right? Like, if there's a lion in the real world and he's trying to eat stuff, And suddenly he sees one moon, he's gonna back off. He's gonna back the hell off. You know why? Because one moon is intimidating. This stuff is crazy. Its sprite doesn't really show us, but like if you saw this on the ground in real life, back off, bro. Back off. This thing looks like one of those Chinese monsters that like just slaughter villages because they had to use like loud sounds to send that thing off. Worst part is it knows how to fly. Like it's not just a ground-based mound like this. It knows that percent moon fly. It can do that, and then it just rams straight into people. Pow, pow, pow. Like outrage is it's so cool. It's so cool. The colors look fantastic. It's just so cool. Uh, this is impossible. This is nearly impossible. But I think I've made my decision. Iron Thorns. Iron Thorns, super duper cool. Love the design. Mecha Godzilla. Alright? This is perfecto. Alright, Duraludon was close to that Mecha Godzilla. It was really true Mecha Godzilla. This is Mecha Godzilla. This is a step above Mecha Godzilla. This is technology beyond that. This stuff shoots plasma cannons straight out of its mouth. Nuclear technology straight from the earth. This stuff, nasty. I don't. It's just Tyranitar, but it's metal. It's and it just fits. I don't know what to say. It just fits. It looks cool. There's nothing that looks wrong. The green inside, damn. The green might not fit some people, but I like it. It's smooth. It's fast. I don't know what to say. I'm Valiant, the most genius idea coming in at AG because it's Gallade, one of my top favorite mods. But it's fair. It mixed with Gardevoir, which I must say, not a big fan. But if you check it out, you got a mix of both, right? You got the dress Gardevoir, and it fits. It just fits, bro. The soul, it looks like Gallade, but better. I don't know what to say, man. Gallade looks sick, like pure night, but this thing's nasty. Beautiful. Like this is the Pokemon that you can call beautiful and handsome at the same time. This is what transgender people think they look like. Alright? This is what handsome transgender people think they look like. They don't look like this. This is what they think they look like. Lays on a side name. It's hype. It's hype. Like all the way from this up to this had a great reason. I say a good reason for why I put them there. But like these three, they're just so cool. But they're basic. Like, you don't know how to say why. Like this is just Gallade, but better. This is just Tyranitar, but better. And this thing looks cool as frick. I don't have time to do this. The competitive one's probably what you're looking for though. I'll do it next time. Trust me.